Hey guys, hope you're having a wonderful Monday, May the 12th, 2025. Time right now is 8:45. Thanks for joining me here. So we're going to be doing an overview here about severe weather. We've seen some more details emerge for later on this week. And let's go ahead and get right down to it. So, first of all, I'm going to be showing you some stuff from the National Weather Service and Storm Prediction Center. I would like to mention that you can find this on their website. And I'm also going to be talking about what Thursday and even what Friday looks like for our area and for our region. And still, though, we have the possibility of hitting 90 degrees in a few days. We have not reached 90 yet this year, but one of the days this week, we're going to be knocking on the door of that. So let's go ahead here and let's go ahead and start off here with what Paducah released this afternoon. So as you can see here, the National Weather Service at Paducah, I apologize, looks like we may be lagging a little bit here. I think we dropped down a few frames. But anyway, but the National Weather Service in Paducah posted this afternoon about 3:30. And so as we look here at the severe weather outlook for Thursday and Friday, so far we're at a slight risk of severe weather. As you can see, Thursday pretty much incorporates Wayne and surrounding counties in southern Illinois. And then you look for Friday, which is going to be pretty much right about Carbondale, Marion, and down to the south. So pretty much areas down to our south. And could we see some change with this? Absolutely. We're still several days away. We could see for Friday the 15% shaded area, move further to the east. It could move further to the north. It could move further to the west, or it could go further down south. But again, I'll talk about Friday here coming up. But, for Thursday, kind of like yesterday when I was talking about the possibility for severe weather. So let's talk about Thursday here as I'm looking at my notes here off camera regarding Thursday. So here's what the Storm Prediction Center said. And again, you can check it out on their site. And let me go ahead and pull that up here real quick. So as we look here at a little bit of a larger, more zoomed out map, if you will. An upper level trough currently over the Pacific Northwest is expected to move into the upper Mississippi River Valley by Thursday. A surface low will deepen in this region as a Pacific front advances eastward into a growing warm sector stretching from the Mississippi River to the upper Great Lakes and Ohio River Valley. Strong mid-level winds aligned across the front will likely support isolated and scattered storms by late afternoon, especially on the eastern edge of a strong elevated mixed layer. Forecast models consistently show rainfall in the warm sector, combined with 50 to 60 knot mid-level winds and a strengthening low-pressure system, suggesting a widespread severe weather event is possible, potentially affecting areas farther east than earlier forecast indicated. However, confidence in the exact locations of the most intense storms remains limited due to differences in model guidance. Key uncertainties include strong atmospheric capping over parts of the Ohio Valley and the faster movement of the front and low in recent GFS, GEFS model runs, which tend to be biased fast at this forecast range. So let me explain. Toward the end of that, I talked about strong atmospheric capping. So what is capping? So pretend like you have a 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola, let's say, and you shake it vigorously, and then you just like leave it alone. You still have the cap on that 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola. Well, if you leave it alone, after some time, eventually the soda will eventually start to settle down and everything. And then it doesn't really just, when you take off the cap, it's not going everywhere. But if you shake that 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola vigorously, and then you just open up the cap, well, guess what's going to happen? It's just going to spew out everywhere. And so that's an analogy of capping here, where if we have, again, if that cap, prevents the storms from forming, that's great. But if that cap is broken, if that cap is busted, and again, like the Coca-Cola spewing everywhere, then that means we're going to start to see some storms form. Now, we have seen capping over the years. We have seen it happen in the past here. And so, again, there is the potential for that capping. Another thing I want to talk about is Friday. So let's go ahead and pull up Friday here once again. And I want to show you guys Friday. Now, obviously, the severe weather threat a little bit further down to our south, but still not that far away, but something to keep an eye on here. So let me talk about the potential for Friday here. And this is from the Storm Prediction Center. And this is what I have down just by reading the report and jotting down some notes here. The Pacific front and outflow from Thursday's storms are expected to stall over the lower Ohio and mid-Mississippi valleys, then slowly lift northward as a warm front on Friday. Ensemble models show a strong signal for humid conditions with dew points in the mid to upper 60s and possibly low 70s south of this boundary by the afternoon. A mid-level disturbance moving through the area should support elongated wind profiles and provide enough lift to trigger storms along the front. Now, this setup could lead to one or more organized storm clusters or lines trekking through parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley, lower Ohio Valley, and possibly into the Tennessee Valley. Now, given a favorable combination of instability and wind shear, these storms may become severe. A 15% risk area has been outlined where rainfall signals have been the most consistent across model runs, but further adjustments to the forecast are expected. So again, still could see some change, like Thursdays that you see on the left-hand side, Fridays just right above my head right there. So we could still see the adjusting of the slight risk for severe weather areas. So again, we did not have Friday's information yesterday. We didn't. When I was on here last night, we didn't have Friday's information in, but now we're starting to see a little bit of a better picture as to for Friday, and even also for Thursday, as well as we've seen some model guidance change here over the past 24 hours. Another thing too is, and for Thursday, since I mentioned Thursday, we do have a slight risk for severe weather. One thing of note here too, and I was looking at this earlier, and if you recall this last night, I had talked about Thursday, and I want to show you the weather forecast for the Fairfield area as we take a look here for Thursday. And notice how, it says mostly sunny, high of 88. We could potentially reach, depending on, if we have any rain or storms form, we could potentially reach 90, which we have not reached 90 yet this year. And also, too, notice how it says mostly sunny for Thursday, then Thursday night mostly cloudy. This is what I'm saying is that even though it doesn't say any rain or storms, but before hopping on here, I did find this to be interesting. I want to go ahead and mention this here. It's part of the hazardous weather outlook that you see when you type in like wherever this community that you live in. So, for example, this is the Fairfield area weather. And it says this right here for the hazardous weather outlook. Isolated and scattered storms will develop during the daytime hours on Tuesday, which will be tomorrow. Locally heavy rainfall and lightning will be the main hazard. So no severe weather threat there for us tomorrow. However, for Thursday, this is what it says here. On and off thunderstorms are forecast Thursday afternoon through Sunday. A few strong to severe storms are possible late Thursday and Thursday night, and again late Friday and Friday night. So again, even though there's no rain chances listed for the Fairfield area for Thursday, again, mostly sunny during the day on Thursday, high of 88, Thursday night mostly cloudy, low of 65, and then you start to see those rain chances for Friday and into the weekend and early next week. I would still have to say that do not be caught off guard by seeing the sunny skies for Thursday when we do have a chance of rain and storms. I remember years ago working at Maple Hill Cemetery with David Milner and Larry Oliver. And I remember there was one day in particular that we were given a 20% chance of showers and storms for that day. And I kept looking at the radar because I could see the clouds off in the distance coming in. And I said, guys, the rain's coming in. We got the rain and storms coming in. Fairfield was given a 20% chance of rain that day. And it rained so hard that, we just had to discontinue maintaining Maple Hill. We had to stop mowing and everything and head back to the shop because of the rain. So what I'm saying here is that do not be caught off guard by the weather for Thursday. Always be aware and always be alert for changing weather conditions, as we do have that chance for severe weather. So again, keep an eye here on my Facebook page along with my YouTube channel for updates as well. If there's any more developments about this, we'll be hopping on here. By the way, for Facebook, it is public to where it can be shared. Or if you guys want to watch it again, more than welcome to. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. You can, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, Derek Dunn 89. You can support me on Patreon as well at patreon.com/Derek Dunn. Also, you can support me on Venmo as well at DRK-DUN. So thanks, guys, for watching. Stay weather aware, stay safe, and see you all again in the next one. So thanks very much, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your night.